Hello, Mr. Richard in Germany, and ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure that I can talk about NASCAR again in this video. First of all, I have found another line in NASCAR, so I have to explain about it. And this is the book I bought a few days ago, and in this book I found a very interesting sort of place in Iran named Choga Zanbil. This is it, and the book explained about this place, which it says it was built about 125 year BC, and Choga Zanbil is a sort of place here, as shown here. But what is the point is that this place is a sort of one of the oldest ruins around here in Iran now, and I'll show you where it is now, right? And this is a terrestrial growth, and Africa is down left, and here. Now you can find Choga Zanbil here. Choga Zanbil is a sort of one of the oldest and the largest, in a sense, one of the largest fort or somewhere, sort of how can you say this one, and this is it. Choga Zanbil. It's quite attractive, isn't it? I say fascinating in English, yes. Anyway, Choga Zanbil is here, and I draw a line from Choga Zanbil toward Nazca to find if it is an important place for aliens or not. But I could find the line in Nazca very easily. This is the line from Choga Zanbil. And I draw a line again on the runway here. And can you see a small black dot here? Yes. This is a sort of black dot which shows the direction sharply or more clearly, more precisely. The line, yellow line, comes from right top. Again. Now you see this runway shows the direction to Choga Zanbil. And by the way, I have got a mail from Mr. Richard, Germany, again, in which he asked me to examine these 4 points are on the Earth. He said A, B, and NASCAR, and C. These B, C, and D are sort of a spot or lines in NASCAR. Anyway, I examined this place for Richard, and I'd like to say thanks to Mr. Richard for giving me some information about sort of strange places. Anyway, point A is here. And he said this place is quite unknown to us, and sort of as far as he knows, sort of new ruins. Yes. But I think this place has been introduced already in Japan. I have seen this place before in the book somewhere a long time ago. I'm not sure. Yes, this stands are very unique and very impressive. And this is a point B in Nazca, and he pointed out this place, and he said he found a new line here. And this line comes from point A to Nazca, but there is an error, so this line does not show the direction to point A. And more attractive thing is that this land is flat land, or constructed by someone long time ago. Very flat, which is very strange to me. Who did it? Who constructed it? That is the point. And can you see flat land here, over there? And also another flat land over there again. And point B is here, and a bit far away from the Nazca, exists a Grand Cross, and down and up to point B, 20 kilometers, or 21 kilometers from the cross point of the Grand Cross, and very far. So what I want to say is that there are many more lines around Nazca. And also he pointed out number 3 point here in Nazca, and this Grand Cross is here, point C is here, and the distance between them is about 32.02 kilometers. And also he showed me another point D, and this is a point D, and you can see here round lines here, right? But I'm sorry, Mr. Richard, I have examined these places already a long time ago, and some are examined several months ago. So I'm sorry to say that these are not new to me. And I show you the distance between them. Grand Cross here and point D is here, and distance is about 14 kilometers. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard, and please watch following video, and you will know more about Nazca Lines or Nazca Theory, which I found. Thank you very much again, and thank you very much for watching, and see you again next time. Bye. Hello, this is Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamama City, Japan. In this video, I would like to explain about the Nazca theory, which is an essential part of my theory that explains about the mysteries of ancient world. English. First of all, I like to not to use my ideas in any case without my permission or names. Anyway, this is my Nazca theory. And I say, with this theory, you can solve all mysteries which have been left unknown or mystery. But here is a Nazca theory. There are many types of runways in Nazca. Runway type 1, runway type 2, runway type 3, and runway. And this is a runway, or rather than a platform, rather than a runway. Also works as a runway too. And this is a very simple runway you can find in Nazca, straight line. And this straight line shows the direction to each place. And here is a sort of triangle-shaped runway here. And you can use this triangle-shaped runway in 3 ways. And this is a square-type runway which shows the direction also. And here is 2. So first, please notify that there are some types of runways which show the direction to each place. This and the starting line is narrower than the leaving point. and at the leaving point, in most cases you can find a black dot or sort of a cornerstone, or how do you say that, and a markstone. Yes, here is a beautiful runway from which shows the direction to Terracotta Army in China near Xi'an, about 33 or 4 kilometers west to east to Xi'an. And if you stand on the starting point, you can see the runway like this way. That means that's why it is a triangle. Now you see the runway is like this when you stand on the starting point of the runway. And there are several ways to use the runways, but these are two examples. One is pattern A, straight to the place, which is the important place. Another one is pattern B, for example, to Cahokia Mounds and the Serpent Mound. This is a runway from Terracotta Army near Xi'an, China, and this airline runs along with runways like this, which indicates that this runway shows the direction directly to Terracotta Army near Xi'an. Again, please make sure by yourself that this platform shows the direction to Terracotta Army in near Xi'an. And this airline comes from right one comes from Cahokia Mounds, USA, and this line runs together with the line in Nazca like this way. Again, I will show you. Please watch carefully. Right one, right yellow line. Yes, this line run together with the line in Nazca, and also at the same on the same runway, you can find another line here. This line comes from Serpent Mound, USA. And so this runway shows two directions together. And as you know, Bryce Integrios, Cahokia Mounds, and Serpent Mound, and also Washington, D.C.'s are on the same line. And this line comes from, and also you can find a sort of serpent, scrolling serpent here on the right side, on the left side of the runway. That is a landmark that which shows the destiny of this runway. And there are also some other lines here. You can find a line, beautiful line, from Teotihuacan in the middle of the Nazca pen. This Teotihuacan. This line comes from Teotihuacan. Again, I will show you how the line runs over the white line from Teotihuacan. So this line shows that this is a very, very important line for aliens, not for humans. And this line shows the direction to Teotihuacan. And also you can find many lines from Urawun, Mount Urawun, Papua New Guinea. So these yellow lines, this one too, and this one too, and there are several, about I think around 10 lines from Urawun that indicate Mount Urawun is a very, very important and a major foothold for aliens. And also you can find the runway here in Nazca. This line comes from Urawun, and you can find a beautiful runway here. And you can find a triangle-shaped landmark is here. This is a triangle landmark which shows a mountain, Mount Urawun. That means Urawun is very, very important for aliens, not for humans. This is Mount Urawun, Papua New Guinea. And there major line usually are longer and wider and beautiful, and minor line is shorter and vague. A vague line shows that the line is a very old one. Anyway, this is a major line, very beautiful and straight and line, straight, of course straight, but longer. And this is a minor line. This minor line shows the direction each point of the China long castle. And this pattern E, this is a very exceptional case, even in Nazca. One runway shows two directions together. I'll show you one example in Nazca. this yellow line comes from Giza, Egypt. And this line goes along with this runway here. And the yellow line comes from Giza. This yellow line comes from Giza, Egypt. And the line goes straight along with this runway. And have a look at this line very carefully. Vague line. Of course, this is one of the oldest runway even in Nazca. Can you see a vague line here? There is a line here. And you can see the line here, right? Watch carefully. That indicate this runway shows the direction to Giza, and this yellow line comes from Giza. Again, I will do it. This yellow line, upper right, and this yellow line comes from Giza, Egypt, and the runway is now this time becoming wider and wider. That means this is the starting point, and yellow line now comes up to the leaving point, sort of leaving point from the runway. So this line runway shows two directions. One is to Giza, and the opposite side of this runway shows the direction to Easter Island. And this line from Giza and from the Giza from the right, and left line comes from the Easter Island, and both these two lines meet together here. But there is a small error. I don't know why. Probably because this terrestrial globe is not sort of round sphere, not sphere but oval shaped, and the direction point is here, and you can find a sort of black dot almost all sort of runways to make the direction sharp. Here you can see the mark stone on the mark something which shows the direction more sharply. This line comes from Terracotta Army, and also here too. So these are sort of mark points which make the direction more sharp, or sharp. How would you say that? I'm sorry for my English, but I say that you can find a black point, which is a sort of a landmark or sort of a point mark, which shows the direction much more sharply. Here are two black dots here too, right? And also here's the runway, and in some cases or most cases you can find the line pictures on the right side or left side. In most cases on the right side, and sometimes on the left side, doesn't matter. Anyway, at the near almost leaving point, you can find the landmark. For example, this is a line from the Serpent Mound. You can find a serpent here, right? Picture, line picture, you can find a serpent. Also, this is a Calaculum, and also Calaculum means it's a sort of a kingdom serpent, snake. You can find also a landmark which is a snake, roaring snake, and this is from Palenque, Mexico. This line comes from Palenque, and you can find a line picture on the. You can just hang on. This is a line from Palenque, Mexico. Yellow line comes from this. Now you can find the runway in Nazca which shows the direction to Palenque, and this line comes from Palenque, and you can find the line picture here. You know what this is? This is a hummingbird. Hummingbird is a symbol of the Mexico, and you can find many hummingbirds around Palenque. Also a bit in Peru too. Anyway, back again to this time platform. This platform sometimes or often works as a runway too, or as a sort of a starting point of the runways. So here is one example. This is a platform, and this is a line from the platform, and another line from the platform, and another line from the platform. So in this case, this line shows to the direction to the ruins, very important foothold, which are connected to each other from this place. And the older one is a newer one. I'll show you another one. The older line shows that the ruins, the line shows is older than the new one. Have a look at this older runway. Okay, this older runway take you to an older ruins, and a new runway will take you to a newer ruins or newer sort of ruins. Yes, and also if there's a major footfall, there are more than 2 runways in Nazca. For example, runways to Terracotta Army. There are 2 runways to Terracotta Army. One is these 2 lines shows the direction to Terracotta Army exactly without any error. And also, important theory is that when you find out something very important ruins, draw a line to Nazca. Then you will know if it is important for aliens or not. This is a major part of my theory, Nazca theory. Nazca theory, yes. Draw a line to Nazca. Then, if you find the same line in Nazca, that is a very important major spot, which is not sufficient but enough. So then he asked me who has drawn these lines in Nazca. Of course, these lines have been drawn by people who could fly in ancient times, aliens from the outer space or extraterrestrial beings. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about Nazca theory, and here is an evidence. I'll show you concrete and physical evidence, right? These are runways, right? These are runways. They say these runways had been drawn by people in Inca, but that is a lie. This is a Nazca, and this is Atacama, about 822 kilometers away from Nazca. You can find the same runway in Atacama, Chile. Nazca, this is runway in Nazca, and another one is runway in Atacama. Just about 230 meters away from the Atacama giant. You can find it very easily. Both are similar or exactly the same in the shape and in the way they constructed. This line comes from Teotihuacan, which is a most important foothold for aliens, sort of an international hub airport for Asian pilot. This line comes from Teotihuacan, and the yellow line goes straight along with this runway. Sorry, and yellow line comes run on the runway. Can you see? So Nazca and Blythe Integralis USA, compare them. They are drawn in the same way on the hard field with small rocks and stones or sometimes pebbles. Bryce Integralis. Why? Why could they draw the line pictures in the same way in Nazca as well as in Bryce Integralis USA? This is another evidence that line pictures in Nazca, were drawn not by humans. Humans could not do such a job. And also have a look at this line itself. This is a line in Nazca, and this is a line in Blythe Integralis. You see that these lines are very similar to each other. Stones and pebbles and rocks and draw is a line anyway. So these are 2 evidences. One is in Atacama, another one is in Blythe Integralis. That means Nazca lines and Nazca line pictures are drawn by aliens who could fly.